Hi folks, in today's video I'm going to be showing you how I painted my van with Upol Raptor paint. Minimal effort, and I had absolutely no experience prior to this. So what you're seeing here is me prepping my van. I've got my scotch pad and I'm going to go around all of the van scraping off the gloss. I'm not going down to the metal, simply getting rid of the shine so it allows for the Raptor paint to stick. Remember, Upol Raptor paint will stick to near enough anything. You are going to have to clean it at least a little bit, but it will stick to anything. If you want a nice finish, it's a nice clean vehicle. The reason I'm using a scotch pad and not sandpaper is because I'm lazy and it takes a lot of time to sand it down, whereas with the scotch pad it is much quicker. As you can see here, going around just really getting in there with it, scrub, and then cleaning off, and I'll repeat that process until I made it all the way around the van. I did get it proof checked by Sensei 80 because he's the one who told me to do it this way, and it definitely did turn out pretty good. I was skeptical at first. Now this here was definitely the most trickiest bit, which was the front of the van where it slopes down. I had the bright idea of going on the top of the van and then lying down. I did scrub it quite a lot. As you can see here, the paint has really faded away, and that's just from me scrubbing it with this scotch pad. It's really got down. It may look like a metal, but it isn't. It's just the paint scraped away and a little bit of dirt probably. Okay, good angle, mate.
You know those penguins when they go down the slope? That looks like what you're about to do.
But you can see what I'm trying to achieve here. So, on to the next part. So here I am, giving the van the final wash down after I finished scrubbing it with the scotch pad. It's very important because the scotch pad will really remove any dirt, and also you are taking some of the paint off, so make sure you give it a good clean after, because it needs to be squeaky clean. But do remember, it has to be dry as well. Like the whole van, you have to dry it off after, because else the paint will not stick and it will run. That's the one thing Raptor paint won't stick to, is water. And there we have it. The van is clean. Now, as I said, we do have to dry. So here's me now attempting to dry the roof. Again, the hardest part to do of the vehicle, but as you can see here, I'm really drying it. I'm really giving it the beans. You've got to make sure that this is dry. So now we come to the bit more technical part, the masking up. Now you really have to make sure that all of your windows and any bits that you don't want to paint are covered up properly, because that Raptor paint will seep in there and it's very hard to get off. As you can see here, I've got the plastic sheet with the tape on the edge. It's really helpful for getting that initial line in without having to battle the wind flapping it about. And as you can see, I have the blue masking tape. I'm not too sure of the technical name, but whenever you're doing vehicles, you want the blue masking tape because that is the stickiest and it will last 14 days, and it's also weatherproof. For my van, I used 2 rolls of the masking tape and then one 20-meter roll of the plastic sheeting you see there. Now, as you can see, I was actually battling the wind a bit. I decided to do it in December. As you can see here, Sensor AD came to give me a hand and to teach me. As well as covering up my windows, I also decided to cover up both my lights and the grille, seeing as I didn't want to paint them either, or have to deal with the effort of taking them out. This is entirely up to you if you're thinking about doing this. Nice. Creamy. So, once you have masked all of the areas that you do not want painted, it's time to paint. So what you want is to get your Raptor paint and your hardener and mix them in a 3:1 ratio. That is, 3 of the paint, 1 of the hardener. In my case, the spray gun that I purchased had a 600ml canister. So, I got 2 cups, 450ml on one, 150ml on the other. And that's a perfect mix. I begin by spraying the roof to work your way down so you have a nice even spread and you're not going to affect any of your already sprayed areas. As you can see here, I now have the smart idea of using a ladder instead of just crawling around. What's great about this Raptor paint is the fact that it has a very rough texture by nature, and this helps because I have never spray painted in my life. So if you're an amateur like me, it doesn't matter if you mess up because you can't actually notice because of the texture of the paint already. I went for the black. When it comes to doing the sides of the van, it's much easier as you are on the ground and you don't have to hang off a ladder. When you're doing the side panels of the van, make sure you have nice and long strokes when you're spraying. By doing this, you'll then have a nice even spread of paint. And there we have it, folks. The finished product. Betty in her prime. I think it looks absolutely amazing. Much better than what I thought I was going to produce. As you can see there, it has that lovely, rough, army-like texture. I really like that, makes it look mean. So, if I can do this, that means anyone can do this. Because I had no idea what I was doing. But it sure turned out alright. I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for the next video.